Hey guys, 7WB Rocks here, and this is episode 42 of Saturday Night's Kickout entitled OT&A, You Keep Me Young. And we'll get to that. It should be a really fun episode because, first of all, I'm not going to be talking about Raw that much, like at all. I think I have 3 segments down here. Do a very quick Money in the Bank preview, and then get to more really in-depth Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, and TNA, as I always do TNA. With TNA, I do segment to segment. I just feel the need that everything on TNA sort of means something. It could be either it means something good or it means something very bad in just the wrong direction. But I like doing that with TNA because I always feel like it's just, it's easier to remember stuff. It seems like Raw, they're doing all these repeats. We get Sheamus versus Orton for the 50th time, Big Show versus whoever, Kane versus Ziggler for the 50th time, So TNA does that, I think, better. It's not as many repeats, which is kind of crazy because they have a, much smaller roster. But should be a fun episode, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Now, but this was a great wrestling week, but it was also a very, very sad wrestling week. As you know, Dusty Rhodes did pass away, and I am honestly just completely shocked by that. I still can't even believe it. Just seeing videos of him at Battleground and stuff, and just videos of him at NXT and stuff, and the pictures people are posting. I legit cannot believe it. So rest in peace, Dusty. This is hopefully a big, tribute video for you. Not really, but hopefully it's something that we can appreciate what these wrestlers do, past, present, all these legends, what they did for the company and stuff, and move on from here. So thank you once again for watching, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the show. Got my notes ready. We're going to jump into Raw, which was a very quick promo. It was John Cena and Kevin Owens to see how about John Cena wants to do United States Championship, and he picks Owens, or Owens does a NXT Championship, and so he wanted to do a challenge, both of them. I think it was Owens wanted to do the NXT challenge, so Cena was like, let's do it, I'm going to kill you. So basically it was both guys wanted to do the challenge for their titles, and they said, you know what, how about whoever steps up from the back will get to pick who he wants to face. So very quick promo. It was like, I want to say 8 to 15 minutes, I guess. I know that really doesn't sound that quick, but for Raw, it really is. But and I'm one of those guys that thinks you really do need a promo to start off the show. Yes, it's always better when there's a wrestling match, but I feel like you need to know what you're fighting for. You need to know why the main event's happening. It shouldn't just be like, this big, awesome main event. But it needs to have story behind it. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. But it's to a T though, where a promo shouldn't drag out too long. I don't want an opening promo to be 20 to 30 minutes of just boring nonsense. I want the promo to mean something, but I still think a promo should start off the show. That's what I think. But Neville came out, and we got right into it. Neville came out. He said that he would fight for Owens' title, the NXT Championship. So it was Owens versus Neville in a really awesome match. I mean, it's freaking Kevin Steen and Pac, so you knew it was going to be awesome. So great opening match. I really did enjoy it. Neville got the 1, 2, 3 with the pop-up powerbomb. Looked like it just killed Adrian Neville, or Neville, sorry, I can't say Adrian. They forgot his first name. But, yeah, so it was a great match, and that powerbomb, man, it looked like it freaking killed him. But moving on, we're going to go to J&J Security confronting Seth Rollins. So basically, backstage, it was Seth Rollins got to pick his opponent, and J&J Security, they were just on his back saying, they're the reason why he's held the title so long, and they're the reason for it, not anybody else. They've been busting their butts, interfering in match after match to make him look good. And so Seth Rollins said, you know what? If I get to pick my opponent, it's going to be Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. So I was actually really excited for that match. I know they were going to play their stupid stooge role, but I also thought if they really did a match, it would be pretty awesome. Freaking Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury versus Seth Rollins. But I knew they were going to play their stooge role and just get the crap beaten out of them. And that's kind of what happens. But once again, I'll talk about it later. But they were talking. And it was really funny. Seth Rollins was like just talking to him, slapped Jamie Noble, and Noble just looked at him, slaps him, and they just started fighting and scuffling. Mercury gets involved and said, you know what, at tonight's main event, we're going to kick your you-know-what. So I thought that was pretty cool. Good segment, really funny stuff, and I've always wanted this match to happen. Like, I've been tweeting a while ago saying, man, I would really like Mercury versus Rollins or Noble versus Rollins for the title, just as like a cool thing. But Main event comes along, and it was basically Dean Ambrose. He had bought in a ticket, even though he's a paid worker and he's contracted, obligated to freaking come to the arena and do matches week in and week out. For some reason, he had to buy a ticket. I really don't know why. Maybe I missed the first few minutes or something where they said Dean Ambrose was banned. But yeah, he had to buy a ticket. He comes in there. Reigns is by ringside. Ambrose is eating popcorn, pouring popcorn on Rollins. And a distraction, one thing leads to another. And Joey Mercury pins Seth Rollins. He pinned the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So I think that's really crazy. Dean Ambrose throws Rollins the championship, says, here you go, you can finally have your belt back, hits him with the dirty deeds as he's catching it, climbs up on a ladder, holds it up, saying that's what's going to happen on Sunday. He'll be the champ by Money in the Bank. So that was a fun little main event, I guess. Crazy to think freaking Joey Mercury beat Seth Rollins, but crazy stuff. Money in the Bank, just a quick preview. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for the ladder match. Not as excited as I was last year. I said that in my video yesterday or a few days ago. No, Friday, sorry. Yeah, yesterday. And I don't know. It just doesn't have that feel to it. I'm excited for the Money in the Bank match, but I honestly have no doubt in my mind Roman Reigns will win. I'm hoping some cool spots. New Day, I'm guessing, is going to interfere to help Kofi Kingston. Adrian Neville, I could see him possibly hitting a red arrow from the top of a ladder. That'd be really cool. But I think it's going to be crazy, and it's just going to be everyone just freaking flying all over the place. Orton and Sheamus are going to be, the guys that are like killing, people and just hitting each other with ladders and stuff. So I think that'll be really good. Kane, he'll just be there just to choke slam a bunch of people. But yeah, I see Reigns winning it, but that's just me. Kevin Owens versus John Cena, I freaking cannot wait for. I hope it's going to be able to beat the first match, be better. But, man, they pulled out everything that match. So I'm hoping, maybe Owens pulls out the package pile driver just to kill John Cena. We'll see where it goes. But Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose in a ladder match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That should be really good. I mean, these guys have made a lumberjack match freaking awesome. And that's a hard thing to do. So I'm ready for that. I'm hoping it's good. And I hope these guys tear the freaking roof off the place. A lot of people were actually saying they're thinking that Reigns wins Money in the Bank. Ambrose beats Rollins. Reigns cashes in and turns heel and beats Roman Reigns. So beats Dean Ambrose for the title. So that would be really good. If that happened, I would think if that did happen, let's just say that happened. Ambrose wins the championship. Reigns wins Money in the Bank. Reigns beats Ambrose later in the night after he wins, cashes in. I would think Seth Rollins would say, you know what, I have a rematch. So Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at Battlegrounds. And then Dean Ambrose says, you know what, I want my rematch. SummerSlam triple threat. I'm booking it now. That was amazing. But, yeah, that's a plan. That would be really interesting to see. Reigns, I think, would do really well as heel because, a lot of people hate him. He's getting some fans, though. He's being really good right now as a face, I think. But it'd be exciting to see him as a heel, and I think it'd just suit him better because – he does have a lot of hate, so I think it'd be, good for people to finally actually hate him for the right reason, I guess. So, moving on, NXT. Zack Ryder came, so that was exciting, and he debuted, I guess, in NXT because that's actually good nowadays. You want to be in NXT. Mojo Rawley returned, so that was cool. Not really. I really don't like Mojo Rawley. I don't really get him, but he's hyped. I mean, I'm hyped too, but I don't know, not that much. That they tagged and they versed two jobbers and they got the 1, 2, 3. Basically, Mojo picked up the guy like in a like the heart attack, when Bret Hart would hold it, or no, sorry, Neidhart would hold it and Bret Hart would come in for the clothesline. Basically, kind of carried him like that, and Zack Ryder got top rope, did the Rough Rider. So that was pretty cool. Good tag finish, got the 1, 2, 3, and then Rawley ran around and got with Rob Gronkowski and his friends and just started, freaking out. So good for them. Bull Dempsey versus Tyler Breeze. Strange match. It was. Basically, Bull Dempsey's just throwing Breeze around. He's beating him up. He's going for the diving headbutt off the top rope. And Breeze skids out. He, leaves the ring. And Bull chases him, and they're running around for a while. And Bull Dempsey gets tired. He legit holding his side fat like, oh my gosh, I'm about to die, like that. And Tyler Breeze runs another lap around him, grabs him, throws him in the ring, and hits the beauty shot, gets the 1, 2, 3. So basically, I think they're writing Bull Dempsey out of the storyline so he can get in shape and not be as fat and slow as he is. Because later backstage with Regal, he comes in while Regal's trying to make a big announcement, and Bull Dempsey is eating a bag of Doritos, just munching on some Doritos, and he's like, I heard you want to hear me, heard you wanted to see me, and about that match, I mean, I was staying up training, I was really tired, I didn't get any sleep because I was training for that match, and I was just really tired, and I didn't get any sleep, so it won't happen again. Sorry, I got a text. He's like, it won't happen again, don't worry. And Regal is like, you're really fat, bro. Like, stop eating. He takes the Doritos away from him and just leaves. Regal just takes his Doritos, and Bull reaches in his singlet, pulls out a chocolate bar, and starts eating it. So, yeah, that storyline's going somewhere. Next, Samoa Joe versus Scott Dawson. Samoa Joe was debuting for NXT, his in-ring debut, and I was surprised by this to be the main event. But because it was just like a squash match, really. It was just Joe freaking killing the guy, Scott Dawson. And, yeah, he got the muscle buster, got the 1-2-3. So big win for Joe, I guess. Kevin Owens came out. He was on commentary, and he had a stare down with Joe. And Joe basically said, grabbed a mic, said, last time you said if I was in the ring with you, you'd put me down like that. And I was in the ring with you, and you walked away. So basically, making Kevin Owens look like a fool. Regal came out and booked it. Next week on NXT, it will be Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe. So I'm wondering, does that really happen? I know it's taped, so I'm like, does that happen? I don't really know. But I'm surprised they didn't save this for Japan or a big pay-per-view or something. But, yeah, Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens next week. So that should be really cool if it happens. We'll see. But I'm going to go into Ring of Honor. So I'm actually going to talk about matches that happened on Ring of Honor. Last week I didn't because it was a good episode, but it's just not really storyline driven. So I wanted to go into this one because this one I really did enjoy. Basically, the Addiction started the show saying it's tag team rematch for the titles against Red Dragon. And they said, Bobby Fish, he's got a concussion or whatever. He's hurt. He's not here. So ref, award us the winners of the match because Kyle O'Reilly isn't going to fight. And that's exactly what happened. Kyle O'Reilly's music hit, the Red Dragon's music hit, and he came out by himself and just started beating the crap out of the Addiction and just really taking it to him. He put Daniels in a chair, and then he kicked Kazarian, pulled his foot out from under him, so Kazarian landed on Daniels, and he did that thing, Riley did that thing where he gets on the ring apron and runs and just nails them with a drop kick while they're on a chair. It's freaking epic. I love when he does that. But it looked like he was going to get the win when I think it was Daniels pulled out the tag team title belt, hit him with it, and got disqualified. So big. It was really cool to see Kyle O'Reilly on Ring of Honor TV, on my TV. And, yeah, it was awesome to see him do something like that. I love Kyle O'Reilly. So he's one of my favorites in Ring of Honor, if not my favorite. But next was Dalton Castle versus Jushin Thunder Liger. These guys are quite characters. I mean, they're just so outrageous and just so animated, but I freaking love them both. I think they're awesome, especially Jushin Thunder Liger. But Dalton Castle, I think he has such a hilarious gimmick. The Tate twins are the guys that, do the airbrush thing and cool him down for matches and have the feathers and stuff, and his entrance is just amazing and glorious. But basically, it was a fun match. It was really entertaining. Jushin Thunder Liger got the win with a Liger Bomb, I believe. And that was cool. They shook hands, they hugged, but during the match was one of my favorite parts. The Tate twins got in the ring with their feather things, and Jushin Thunder Liger's like, come on. And he does the pose with them doing it too. So Dalton Castle got really mad at them for doing that. But yeah, it was a fun match. It was really just entertaining, exactly what wrestling should be, just really fun to watch and nothing to care about, storylines and blah, 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 and politics and stuff. It was a fun match, and I really, really enjoyed watching it. So moving on, the main event was Gallows and Anderson representing the Bullet Club versus representing the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Michael Bennett. It was just chaotic. It was dive after dive. Marie Canales, getting in the ring and stuff, and just crazy stuff. Taven and Bennett went for the pile driver on the outside. When Taven jumped to, hit the pile driver, Anderson catches him with a stun gun, like the RKO type deal, puts him down. That was a cool spot in the match. I believe it was just disqualification. I believe the ref couldn't get everything under control, so everyone just started freaking out and starting to kill each other. So it was disqualification, and then basically Bullet Club sets up 2 chairs to get their finisher on Bennett, and when they're about to hit it on Bennett, Maria stands up on the ring apron, catches Anderson's attention. Anderson's like lost in her eyes and other things. And basically Anderson snaps out of it, grabs her by the hair, goes to do the finisher on her. Then Bennett comes back, makes the save. Sorry. And so Bennett and Maria are saved, but Taven isn't. Taven comes in, and they, Kingdom or Bullet Club, grab them, hit their finisher on 2 chairs, which looks freaking awesome. I don't know what their finisher's called. Totally blanking out on that. But it was cool. So good ending to Ring of Honor. I really enjoyed it. So that's all that really matters. Now, Lucha Underground was really good. Blue Demon returned to, I don't know. I don't really get him. I know he's got like this big prestige and heritage to him, but you know, I've never seen him before, so I don't get what the big deal is. But I'm sure he's like some awesome, you know, amazing, prestigious, awesome wrestler in Mexico. But yeah, I don't really get the big deal of him, but you know, I totally get why he is a big deal, I'm guessing, but I don't know. Chavo Guerrero came out with the crew. Now Chavo Guerrero, the heel Chavo Guerrero, and came out and they attacked him, and it was a match. Chavo won with the Frog Splash show. Good for him. Moving on. This was a good segment. Dario Cueto basically says that there's going to be a #1 contenders match. First, sorry, let me turn around, go rewind, beep, beep, beep. All right. Dario Cueto says that there will be a special event, Ultima Lucha, I believe is what he called it, and it'll be in 8 weeks, and it will be, I looked it up, it will be the final episode of Lucha Underground Season 1, so it's going to be a 2-hour event. I already saw they taped it. It was a 2-hour event, and it's supposed to, like, end off all the storylines, but it's supposed to be this huge event. So, of course, he wants the, you know, champ to defend his belt, and so he made this match. It'd be Hernandez versus King Cuerno versus Cage, triple threat, because he wanted all the people that have faced Puma for the title to verse each other, you know, to get another shot at it. And if you didn't remember, Phoenix did have a title shot against Puma, but Dario Cueto literally said, but no more, just kind of killed him. So after powerbombing him through the roof of his office, so Phoenix, he's gone, basically. So, yeah, it was going to be a triple threat, but that was not the end of it. Drago, yes, the one that Prince Puma beat for the title, not for the title, but it was a title match. He beat Drago, so Drago had to be banished from the temple. So Drago's gone. He's returned. He's not blue anymore. He still does the tongue thing, but he was like wings and like all black, like wrestling gear stuff. It looked crazy. He looked like really sick. He was an awesome character. I love Drago. I think he's an awesome character. But he like cornered Dario Cueto, and he was like, so everyone that fought for the title gets in this match. Well, guess what? I fought for the title. So Dario Cueto was like, wow, you found a loophole. You know, okay, you can be in the match, but if you lose, you're back to being banished, and you have to unmask. So Drago's added into the match, but if he loses, boom, mask coming off. So next, we have, so whoever wins this will go to Ultima Lucha to fight for the title. So good for them. Next, Pimpy Masquerita returned. It's those 2 guys. The one that's like the girl character that's gay, I want to say. Nothing wrong with that, but very over with the crowd. But and then Masquerita is the little like midget guy. And they brought Bangala. He was like a tire thing. He was over too. To verse the Disciples of Death with Katrina. So basically their Mil Muertes is like bros. I didn't really like this because I thought their entrance was cool. The lights were going out and stuff, and it was like all this electricity, and they're like, you know, creepy characters. They're like Disciples of Death, you know, they're crazy. So that's cool, but I don't like them wrestling. I think that's just stupid. I think them like doing high flying stuff and like they got the crap beaten out of them for like most of the match. It wasn't that good of a match. Like, in all honesty, it was probably the worst match in Lucha Underground history. But they were just boring, and I just don't get it. Like, if they're Disciples of Death, they should be doing like menacing stuff, not drop kicks and just all this random stuff. But yeah, they got the win, of course. I thought that was obvious. But Katrina licked Pimpina, I don't know, Pimpy, whatever. I don't know what his name is. But yeah, Disciples of Death got the win. Cool. Mundo, he wanted in the main event because he wants to be in Ultima Lucha, their WrestleMania, I guess. And Dario Cueto says, I get it exactly, but you don't get it. I don't want you to go into Ultima Lucha as the challenger. I want you to go in as the champ. So he booked it next week. It will be Mundo versus Puma for the title the entire night. It's going to be an Iron Man match. How many pinfalls, how many submissions, they get added up. So yeah, they're not calling it an Iron Man match, they're calling it like all night long match or something. It's crazy. So yeah, Iron Man match. That'll be really cool next week. But yeah, whoever wins that match, the following week they still got a challenge. So, but I'll get to that later. For the main event, it was a good one. There's some good spots. I enjoyed it. Not the best. I honestly thought it was going to be a lot better, but it had Cage and King Cuerno teaming up like always. But Drago ended up getting the win. So he's surprised everyone got the win, gets to keep his mask, and he's going to Ultima Lucha for the title. So good for him. I love that character, and his new gear looks freaking awesome. But when Dario Cueto's looking on in his office, Katrina, mystically appears in his office and says, why haven't you given Mil Muertes the title shot? He's like, I had no idea he wanted one. She's like, bro, people want power. He wants a title shot. Are you stupid? And he's like, oh, yeah, sorry. So, yeah, Mil Muertes will verse whoever wins the Iron Man match next week. So, in 2 weeks, it will be whoever wins Mundo or Puma versus Mil Muertes. So, that's going to be crazy. And I'm guessing whoever wins that moves on to Ultima Lucha, the big Super Bowl event for this season finale. So, it's 2 hours. But, yeah, it'll be in 7 weeks, I guess. And that'll be the end of Lucha Underground. So, or hopefully not. Season 2 hopefully is coming soon, but I have no idea. Moving on to TNA. Gonna have to kind of rush this. But first off, before I get into the actual TNA episode, TNA, you keep me young. Freaking you, I don't really get this at all, but they're going to be doing Slammiversary. Of course, that's cool. James Storm versus Magnus was added. Awesome. I think that's great. That storyline, that feud should definitely be at the pay-per-view. So good. Hats off to you. That's awesome. Here's what I don't get. They will be taping. They've already announced it. They put it on their website. This not really spoils anything, but basically EC3 and Angle are having a contract signing this Wednesday on TNA. Then one of them, the contract is uncertain fate. So Angle gets a pick 2 weeks leading up to it. Angle gets to pick EC3's opponent. EC3 gets to pick Angle's opponent. Cool, whatever, I don't care. Then July 1st, they will have the world title match. So they're taping that match the day of Slammiversary, but not the pay-per-view, and then air it after Slammiversary. So that means, I'm guessing, I mean, he did 2 matches in one night, so I'm not saying Angle and EC3 can't do it, but I'm guessing that means they're not having a world title match Slammiversary, which I really don't get. I think that's so stupid. How can you not have your world title match on an actual pay-per-view? Do you know what pay-per-view is supposed to be about? I don't know, but yeah, they're not doing that, and I think it's really just a bad decision, very bad decision, and they should have a world title match at a pay-per-view. I mean, that's the reason why they have 2 pay-per-views every year, Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. So I don't really get that, but it is what it is. So moving on, Rockstar Spud versus Kurt Angle for the world title, and whoever wins that would verse Aries in the main event because he was cashing in his briefcase. Angle, it was a good match for what it was. I just can't buy Spud. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't do that about, like, little guys can't stand up to big guys, which I totally believe in. I mean, Dan O'Brien, Shawn Michaels, they're the best. But they should have had Spud winning matches against bigger guys before this to really set it up to make it more believable. I just see Kurt Angle suplexing left and right. Yeah, it was a good match, and had some really good spots, and it seemed like Angle really gave him a lot to do and a lot to sell for, but I kind of expected Angle just to kill him with suplexes. That's just me. But Angle, of course, got the win. He made him tap out. Moving on, for the X Division qualifying match, it will be a triple threat for the title. It wouldn't happen this episode. I'm guessing next week it happens. But 3 matches, so whoever wins that moves on to the triple threat. So first match was DJZ versus Tigre Uno versus Mandrews. I thought DJZ was obviously going to win it. That was not the case. Tigre Uno actually won it. He hit a Phoenix Splash. His knee dropped directly onto Mandrews' throat. Or his head. It looked awful. But that's how he won. So Tigre Uno won, which I was really surprised by. Jesse Goddard came out and attacked DJZ. So Jesse is done with both bromance, which sucks. But yeah, he's done with them. He attacked DJZ. Next, another qualifying match, Crazy Steve versus Manic versus Loki. Wanted Manic to win because I just want him in more storylines, but no, Loki won. Cool. Taryn Terrell, she'll face Kong for the title. She was supposed to, but she would only do it if Kong decided to put on a lingerie outfit and have a pillow fight. That's bullying right there. That is rude to Kong. And yeah, so basically she's supposed to, like, make Kong look ridiculous or whatnot. And she came out in her robe, Taryn, and she was like, Kong, where are you, blah, blah, blah. Kong came out, not in a robe, not in anything, in her regular gear, and just beat the crap out of Dollhouse. And I don't know what happened after that. I guess Taryn beat her up or something, but she beat up the Dollhouse, left. Taryn was still in the ring. That led to Brooke come out and say, oh, pillow fight, that's, awful, that's so degrading, blah, blah, blah. But I'll fight you in any match, anytime, anywhere. So I was like, she just said it was degrading, and did she not just say any match? So she ripped off Taryn's robe, and she had her, outfit on. And so, yeah, she had her outfit on, I guess. And she was, like, covering up. And I was like, no, she's Taryn Terrell. Like, 2 weeks ago, she came out flaunting it. So that's bullcrap. That's crap in the storyline. And Brooke just was like, yeah, girl power. So good for her. But no, she covered up, running out, screaming. You flaunted it last week or 2 weeks ago. It's madness. Anyway, moving on. Great segment, though, which she did not cover up. Great segment. Grado versus Candy King versus Cruz was another qualifying match. Grado had some really funny segments in the back. Like, I did not like Grado at first. I just don't get it. But this week, I thought he was hilarious. I thought he did really funny segments. And I thought Kenny King was going to win this match, but no, Grado got the win. So that was cool. Cruz, just some random guy they picked up for TNA, just YOLO. And he was good. I thought he did really well as a luchador. But yeah, Grado got the win, so good for him. Bram called out a former TNA guy. How he knew there was a former TNA guy ready to wrestle in the back is beyond me. But yeah, he called out some former guy, which he's going to do this week too. So I guess it's going to be a regular thing. But Crimson came out, so I was like, dude, yes, I love Crimson. He was awesome. And Bram beat him, so that sucked. Yeah, I'm just going to say he's going to probably beat up people from here on out. So Angle versus Aries for the main event. Dang good match. Like, it's Aries versus Angle. I mean, of course it's going to be an awesome match. And it was really good. And Angle won. Just flat out Angle won. I'm kind of rushing. Sorry, I don't want the show to be too long. But Angle got the win. Good for him. And, yeah, defended his title twice. EC3 came out, attacked him, and held up the belt to end the show. So, yeah, EC3 wants his belt. Cool. Top 5, in my opinion, the 5 guys of the week. 5, Kyle O'Reilly, because he fought for himself against the Addiction to win some tag team titles. That's awesome. 4, Kevin Owens defended the NXT Championship successfully. 3, Drago. He's back in Lucha Underground and won a big main event against 3 other guys and gets to keep his match. So, cool. 2, this might be a shocker. Joey Mercury, but he beat the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He pinned him. So, Joey Mercury. 1, Kurt Angle defended his title twice. So, I think that speaks for itself. Match of the week, Angle versus Aries. That was a really good match, and I definitely say check it out. Had a lot of cool spots. Aries went for that dive on the outside rail. Angle just totally dodged him, and he caught it throat. Oh, man, it looked awful. Yeah, definitely check out that match. It was Aries versus Angle. It's awesome. Come on. That's awesome. Kick out segment talking about the positives because there's so much negative in wrestling. Got to talk about those positives. Lucha Underground announced Ultima Lucha, a big event. I mean, it's their WrestleMania or whatever. So it's going to be a 2-hour event, and I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait to see how it goes. But it's like 8 weeks. But yeah, that to look forward to, Ring of Honor on TV now. That's still awesome, and I'm just so happy for that company. WWE, Money in the Bank tomorrow. It's not the most exciting pay-per-view. It's not the most storyline-driven, but it is a pay-per-view nonetheless. So it's wrestling on Sunday, so that's going to be really fun. TNA, Slammiversary. I don't know why they're not doing Angle versus EC3 at Slammiversary, but still a TNA pay-per-view nonetheless. You're out of your mind, TNA. Gosh. And Global Force Wrestling is having their second event today, as I'm talking right now. They had the first one yesterday. It looked like a TNA show, to be honest. The their baseball things when they had, very little attendance. Did not look like that many people, but it's a new company. It's their first show. Cut them some slack. So I'm excited to see how the TV tapings go. That's really what I care about. But yeah, a new company. So that's always good. Always good for wrestling. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to that one viewer that stayed on for most of the show. I appreciate it. So like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at 7WRocks. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And I got some Ring of Honor DVDs coming that came already. I tweeted about it, but I'm still going to make a video about it tomorrow. Talk about them, show them, and say if I should review one or not. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a nice day.